Hello, Daniel. How you doing? Hello, Miss Diane. How's your day going, Diane? Yeah, yeah, I'd seen it on YouTube that who found him, and they got a somebody got a YouTube video up on it. They haven't ID'd him for sure yet, but they think it's him. Yeah, I had an appointment at 2 o'clock. About 10 o'clock this morning, I thought I'm gonna lay down for just a minute. I woke up and it's 15 minutes to two. Woo, I made it. But I guess I needed a nap. Daniel, you doing okay tonight? Apparently, the way he talked, it wasn't too far from where he was doing the shooting. That was some rough country they were looking for him in. You know, it's funny that people that do that kind of stuff then commit suicide. You know, most people don't survive real well without human contact. And but two of them, that makes all the difference in the world. Like that old boy out there in California was that cop that went rogue. If he'd have got out of that last jam where they set that house on fire on him and got to them mountains, they were having a hard time trying to find him. Oh, I went to Cracker Barrel today and ate lunch. Got me a big meatloaf plate. That was good. Yeah. Yeah, let everybody in that area breathe a little easier. They got a good meatloaf. Hello, Mike. I get hungry for it every once in a while. But there ain't a lot of places that it's worth a damn. What you been up to, Mike? Yeah, I've had to fish a couple times. There's one thing about Cracker Barrel I like. You go to a Cracker Barrel in Illinois, and go to one in Texas, and go to one in Arizona, and the food's all the same. What you been doing today, Mike? Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. I think that's what I got coming tomorrow. Now, a lot of your restaurants you walk in and two different parts of the country, it's completely different food, tastes different. They got pretty good roast beef too. You like Cracker Barrel, Mike? Not your favorite, huh? You gonna see if you. I tell you, every once in a while, I get tired of tasting my own cooking, and I'll eat out. Oh. Okay. Yeah, the local places normally are the best place. Like steakhouses, huh? Texas Roadhouse is my favorite out of them three. I like their shit. Prime rib. That Texas Roadhouse is hard to beat. I wouldn't have. Logan's here in Waco not all that special either. You like prime rib too, Mike? That's hard to beat. Yeah. You want to come up for a little bit, Mike? Had mate a couple times at Logan, and both times I wasn't impressed. I get hungry for it every once in a while. First time I ever had prime rib, it was an accident. The waitress brought it to the wrong table. I thought, well, that's a weird looking steak, but I'm gonna try it. By the time she figured out what was going on, I done ate about a third of it, and I've been hooked ever since. A little horseradish on it. I still remember the name of that place. It's Cold Pepper Cattle Company. Well, when you heading out, Mike? I'm in trouble every night, Cheryl. How you doing, girl? Everything going to suit you, Cheryl? Ooh, that don't sound too bad either. I'm sitting here eating cookies. Had a stopped at the grocery store and had a sweet tooth. Y'all ever eat them? Hey, Phil, how you doing? Oh man, I'm doing great. What are you looking off for? Well, turn around. Miss Press got to get in on the act. Get after that popcorn too. Tell me his dog ain't spoiled. Well, she just jerked everything off the desk. Boy, she left then. Okay. Daddy. That scared her. Hello, Moon. I've been thinking about them stupid popcorn balls we were talking about the other night. How you been doing, Moon?
Can you hear me?
Moon. Yeah, say something else.
Testing 1, 2.
Just barely.
Hold on a second. Let's try something else here.
Doc, can't hear you at all now.
How about now?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. How's it going, Ron?
Oh, it's going pretty good. I can't complain. You've been thinking about them things too, Cheryl, huh? Do they still make Cairo syrup? They, I haven't noticed any Cairo syrup on a grocery store shelf in a long time. Cairo.
God, I haven't seen Cairo syrup in ages.
No, I haven't either. Well, what do they call Aunt Jemima syrup now? They made them change the name.
Oh God, I have no idea. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, God, I don't know. I haven't bought syrup for a while either, so the last one I bought was like I think it's like a Mrs. Buttersworth or something.
Yeah,
But um yeah, and hey Phil. Uh yeah,
Kamala.
no uh speaking when we were talking about the prime rib, um I do love a good cut of prime rib. Um it's hard to find now though without heavy thick pepper crust, and that just turns me off.
I don't.
But
I don't mind the pepper part of it, as long as they don't have it too heavy.
right. Yeah, I mean a little bit is fine, but it's like 99. Um I can't stand theirs because of the thick heavy pepper crust, and I'm not big on pepper anyways, so I don't mind a little bit, but so
I
yeah,
got where now. I like the jerky. I like the pepper jerky, but I'm not a real big fan of black pepper either.
right. Troy has been using on and off white pepper, which I don't mind. It's a little milder, so. But hey, Megan.
Hey, Miss Megan, how you doing? You know, pepper is. I was talking to a doctor one day, and a friend of mine carried a friend of mine to the doctor, and we were all talking, and he said, "You don't need to eat black pepper." Said black pepper comes out just the way it goes in. Said you don't digest it at all. Said now white pepper you digest. And that's what his recommendation was use white pepper on anything you needed pepper on.
Hmm. Interesting.
Hello, Turney.
Hey, turning. And good night, Meg.
Meg, you have a good night, girl. Good luck on your new job.
Oh yes. Ah,
I got where I haven't bought any syrup in a long time. I got where I keep a little bit of honey, and if I need something like that, well, I'll just use honey instead of the syrup.
gotcha. Yeah, I think the last time I used syrup, well, maybe a month or so ago, I made up a few pancakes. The time before that, um, I think I was out in Carson City with Raymond. So last year, so yeah, but
Well, about the only thing I eat syrup on, and I'll get it in the restaurant. IHOP here. Some of IHOPs are terrible, but we've got a good one here. And I like. I'm not too crazy about pancakes, but I love a good waffle. And they got a waffle plate with hash browns and stuff. And I'll use their syrup. But that's about the only time I use syrup on anything.
hmm. Um, now, do you like real maple syrup?
Do what?
Do you like real maple syrup or just
Uh,
regular fake imitation?
it's okay. It just
Yep.
you know, French.
I give me like Mrs. Butterworth's or something like that, and or Aunt Jemima, and I'm happy. People spend outrageous amounts on this real maple syrup, and I don't understand what the kick is.
They I've had some of that. The only syrup that I can remember, my dad used to. We'd make a trip down to coast in Texas every year, and there were some places down there that raised sugar cane, and they'd cook that sugar cane off and roll it and everything. He'd buy a gallon can of it, and but seemed like that. Of course, I was a kid then too. I might not even like it at all now. But I was trying to think. They call it ribbon cane syrup, and now it was good. It was a little bit different.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've never tried that. I've never tried birch syrup. Um, and Cheryl, that's Canadian maple syrup. She says it's the bomb. Everybody raves about, here in the U.S. about New England, Vermont maple syrup and New Hampshire made maple. Yeah, I've had New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, a few other places. Eh, it's all the same to me. Um, it's okay. Don't prefer it.
Phil, I like uh, that if it's done right. A lot of places don't know how the hell to cook it. Uh, It's
How
like
hard
anything.
is it? I was gonna say, how hard is it to make French toast?
Not that,
Crack a couple eggs, whip up some milk, some cream with it, dip your bread in there, and throw like a little bit of cinnamon or something in the mix. Dip your bread in, soak it, throw it on the grill.
some people don't know how long to cook it though, when it's gooey inside.
Oh yeah,
It just like I say, that's like a margarita. Everybody's got the recipe for a margarita, but it's a hell of a lot of difference in what they taste like.
yeah.
You they,
See, and I'd rather not spend the extra $3 on real maple syrup. Hey, Tommy.
Hello, she devil. I tell you what, though, I had an old man that I hunted with for years, and we were talking one day, and he said, the thing is, said your tongue, said some people's tongue on a square centimeter, they've got 25 taste buds. Said there's other people that got, on a square centimeter on a tongue got 25,000 taste buds, and that's you hear about these people that are wine tasters and all that.
Yes.
He
Yep.
said like me and you said, hell, we don't know what the hell they're talking about. And
Yep.
the a lot
Yeah.
too.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
She devil, what are you up to tonight, gal?
Oh, that sounds good, Phil.
What you got Troy doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really ventured out to see if anybody's around or see what everybody's up to. I literally been lazy and have like left this room only to go up and grab something to eat real quick. And he was napping at the time and used the bathroom. So
Just I tell you what, she devil, I know what you're talking about. This damn wind up here is blowing this uh, allergy crap around here. It's been knocking me dead for the last 3 or 4 days. I'm not normally allergies don't normally bother me, but boy, they have this year.
all right.
But everything's still blooming here in Texas. We got that 6 weeks there that we were just steady getting rain. Well, now every morning when you get up, it looks like it rained. The dew's so damn heavy. That moisture cooking out of the ground.
Gotcha. Yep. And um, the the bread I prefer is that like I, it's thick sliced. People call it Texas toast, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, and that's what I prefer to make French toast with. Hey, Solix.
Hey, so that's Jim Bean. Well, it's been dry here. It rained a couple of days ago here a little bit, not too much.
Yeah, it rained the yeah, was it yesterday here? But not that much. But um, I'm liking it because it's starting to cool off now. So and Solex, you're speaking about the millions of views of the girl doing the thing about sitting on the toilet. Um, I actually have a friend that does bathroom reviews of all different areas that he goes to on Facebook. It's rather hilarious.
I was going hunting up in Colorado one year, and I was fixing to get into Albuquerque, and I come over the top of one of them hills, and somebody had a commode sitting up against the guardrail. They just unloaded it, I guess. I mean, it didn't look broke or anything. And me and my wife laughed about it. We came back through there about 10 days later, and somebody had stopped and took a mannequin and had him sitting on a commode with his breeches pulled down around his ankle
Oh my God.
and an Indian shirt on and a feather in his hair. It was just damn near steady causing wrecks. I mean, you come over top of that mountain, here this Indian is sitting on a commode out in the middle of nowhere.
Wow. I
I hadn't thought about
it,
that in a long time.
it reminds me of I was back when I stuck to the Mexican border from Texas over to into Arizona, um, as close as I can get to it. Um, I came across one little thing that somebody had put up a little rest area sign, restrooms, and they had two toilets sitting out there, and above one of them, over off into some bushes, said hers, and then the other one said his, and I'm like, okay.
Oh,
So,
Lord.
yeah, some of the things you see on the side of the road.
Mm. There used to be a damn old beer joint down in the hill country that I go to every once in a while. And there was the seat on a commode on the wall, and it had a poster in the middle of it, and it said, "Do not raise this seat." Well, that thing was hooked up to a sign outside and a horn, air horn. Well, somebody comes in there,
Okay.
they gonna raise that damn seat up just to see what the hell it is, and it would just go off in that whole bar, you know.
Yeah, once you say, don't look, people have got to look, or don't raise. Yep, yep. Uh, I'm trying to find that picture.
Well,
Um,
man, girl, I hate to see you run off, but you get a good night's sleep, gal.
Night, Cheryl. Oh, come on.
We've got some places down here in Texas, so like there's one place that it's 106 miles, and it says 106 miles without a light. And I mean, there's nothing for 106 miles down there. Not one house or nothing. And then you got some last fuel for 100 miles, and that kind of stuff.
Yep. Oh,
One time we threw a big barbecue, and we got a couple of these porta potties and we rented it because there was going to be a couple of hundred people there. And we snuck in there on the women's porta potty and rigged that thing up to a tape recorder. And the when you sit down there, we put a switch under the lid on that commode to where you sit down on it. When you sit down on it, well, it'd say, "Get off of me." And there was women coming out of there holding their pants in one hand and screaming. And
oh my God.
that livened that barbecue up.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh Lord.
No, God, I've got too many photos.
Well, when my computers crashed, I didn't have a bunch of mine backed up. I lost a bunch of mine.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I thankfully I was able to recover about 90. 90 to 95% of the photos. Um, but when my drive crashed, but
Hello, Bear.
hey, Bear.
Me and my brother-in-law were talking about it today, and you know, it's a damn shame. But if somebody's in a damn government, I just don't believe them anymore. It's a shame that, and that's getting to be the general deal. The damn government got more crooks in it than the damn jails do.
Right?
Uh, this might be an exciting night. I had a I've been watching the I'm my trailers sit right on the edge of a big field. And when the weather starts to change, I have trouble with mice and rats. I have to get after them. Well, today I went and bought something I never had bought before. I bought some of that stuff that they stick to. I agree with you there, Bear. No, but I just wonder how that's going to work tonight.
Oh, the glue traps?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Mm.
because I've got some damn rats as big as a squirrel. Got a couple of them.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, it might.
Probably quite comical.
I got a friend of mine that lives in hill country, and he got having mice out in his garage, and so he put some of those strips down. He was catching more rattlesnakes than he was mice.
Hmm.
Man, said he'd go out there about once a week and there'd be a rattlesnake stuck to that thing.
All right then. Yeah, no, thank you.
I don't want one where I sleep. Yeah, that's what they were doing. Yeah, that old boy that they've been looking for in Kentucky, they found that body and two YouTubers found it. Uh, that's they're not sure for sure that that's him yet, but they're pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I saw something about that earlier. Um, but I didn't stick around to catch what it was about. I know it said body found, um, and they were talking about the couch person. So
Well, I think the YouTuber's name was Hatfield, and I thought later on tonight I'm gonna look him up, see.
hmm. So
Yeah, it just what gets me about politics now. It's got so bad that they tell a bald faced lie, and know everybody knows better and just keep trucking. It don't bother them a bit. I've been watching. I get a kick out of you ever watch that deal where the guy's sitting in a fire pot and he's like in a ghillie suit with leaves and everything all over him. He just looks like a bush sitting on the side of the road. I mean, on the side of a street. And some of them gals walk by and he'll reach out towards them. And I swear the guys run off worse than the gals do. I don't know how they.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Look up Texas Bushman sometime.
Okay.
It's funny as hell. And then I got another one that is you seen it too, Phil? And some of it's hilarious. People be running, falling down, everything in the world, and he don't ever touch them. And another one on there is that, what was that guy's name that says, where he says, yow, I feel good, da 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 da. Well, they'll take that. Can't think of his name. I've seen him in person. But James Brown.
Okay, yep.
Well, they'll take that thing and take one of these speakers, Bluetooth speakers, and set it right up underneath somebody and turn that thing up full blast. And when he squeals, God almighty, have people running in the walls, throwing junk. I sat there and laughed till I couldn't hardly breathe.
Hey,
hello, I didn't see you come in. Yeah, it's hilarious. And I get a kick out of watching some of that kind of stuff once in a while. I don't see how they don't get a damn lawsuit off of it. That same guy that's got that Bushman suit has got one of these snakes that on wheels, and it looks like it's crawling. The radio control, he's got that. Geez. He's got a mouse with a big old rat that radio control. And it'll be on busy streets, where a lot of pedestrians are walking down Ford, and he'll run that mouse or that rat snake up underneath somebody. Lord help.
Oh, jeez.
That was one old gal. She must have been a country gal. You run that snake up under her, and she jumped. When she come down, she just stomped the hell out of that snake. Oh, and he's got an alligator head too. Where
jeez.
People will be floating in a damn river, in inner tubes, and it's just the head and it's radio control. You'll swim like
Oh, wow.
People paddling 900 miles an hour and not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's got another one that's pretty funny, and it's a snowman. And there's guys inside the snowman suit. It's a hard deal, and he'll be standing on the corner, and somebody will come by and punch him, and he'll jump at him. Just God Almighty, the people go crazy.
Oh wow.
But you want a good laugh sometime, look at it. Hello, Miss Janice.
And it's what again? The Texas Bushman?
Texas Bushman is the one that is a bush. He's sitting in the flower pot.
Oh,
Uh,
who's the other one you were talking about?
uh, I don't know. Part of it comes off at Texas Bushman. It'll come up on your screen.
Okay.
They're all sort of hooked together. Or if you want to, the one that cracked me up the most is I feel good. It just
Okay. I will definitely have
you
to
get
check those out.
you'll get a kick out of that. And you can just type in like on that snake is it's just a radio controlled snake or something like that. Type that in, it'll come up. Here I'm 180 miles from the coast, and they've got a big park here on this Brazos River, and they've spotted an 8-foot alligator now. They don't know where in the hell he came from in this little old lake here in Waco now. They had some pictures of him on the internet. I bet you could take that alligator head and wake some folks up.
I'm sure. By the way, I found those pictures. If you don't mind me sharing them real quick.
What on that alligator?
No,
Oh,
no. On that
yeah.
little roadside thing I was talking about. So yeah, there it is. And let me. So this is women's. And then men's is over here. Yep. And yeah, rest area. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, the things you come across when traveling. Good night,
I know.
Ivan.
Ivan, you have a good night. Yeah, another one that they do on that, they'll take a piece of monofilament fishing line and hook up to a river snake and put a clip on the end of it and ease up behind somebody and clip it on the back of their pants and then holler real big. And they'll take off running, but when they run, the snake's just following them. They said down in Florida now that they are finding some African crocodiles, the big one. Somebody done turned some of them loose down there.
Hmm. Oh, I think I'm gonna have fun watching some of these.
Yeah, you will.
I just brought it up. I just brought his page up. Oh God. Yep. Ah.
Yeah. You can spend some time watching them crazy people.
Oh, Solix, that's horrible.
Hmm.
Oh. Mm.
Well, you know, they got alligator farms all over Louisiana.
Oh, yeah.
They, you know, that's something you were talking about eating a while ago. Everybody's talking about eating alligator. Now, that's another one I don't care too much for. It's all right, but sort of oily. I don't know, sort of fishy taking.
I wouldn't know. It falls under the category of swims or crawls in water, so I have not tried it.
I try anything just about once, but you don't like fish,
No,
shrimp,
no.
or
Well, I've got a allergy, so seafood, shellfish and whatnot is definitely out. And I have not tried any of the other sort of seafood or fish or anything. Um, I know people say, "Oh, it's different," but nope, don't want to take the chance.
yeah, no, I wouldn't either. My mom was
So
allergic to shellfish. Boy, it swelled her throat up. She just take one bite.
I didn't even have to eat it, and I was working in a restaurant years ago, and I was just prepping shrimp and scallops, peeling shrimp and scallops, and um, my hands all got it splotchy, red splotches and puffiness, and I'm like, yeah, nope. So exactly, Janice.
Well, you know, used to you could buy little alligators about that long out of Mechanics Illustrated and some of the older magazines,
Yep,
and people could get them until they got about 3 or 4 foot long. When they get a little mean, they just turn them loose.
yep.
We used to have an island in Lake Waco, and you could see gators on it anytime you went. But eventually, people killed them all off. They haven't been any up there probably 20 years now, and they raised that lake up too.
Right. And like Bear was saying, people in Florida turn all their reptiles loose in the canals. Um,
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
that, yeah,
Yeah.
but
They got
piranha, bear piranha, seriously? Wow.
yeah sea monkeys and seahorses and I forgot about the sea monkey, Paul.
Oh God.
Well,
Uh,
you used to be able to get these spider monkeys out of the back of that magazine. Didn't cost hardly anything, you know. They, have you ever been to Silver Springs there in Florida?
um, I've driven by. I've got friends that have been there, but I have not.
They, you know, they did some Tarzan movies on that spring deal there, and they had the monkeys, and the monkeys got loose, and now there's a jillion damn monkeys run up and down that damn river. You take one of them glass bottom boat trips, and them monkeys got certain limbs they'll sit on, and when you float by, they'll jump off on top of that boat, and people feed them, and then they'll have a limb down the river that they jump off the boat and go back up to the front.
Yep. Hey, Ronald. Yeah, I know. Like in just outside Ocala, there's a place that the monkeys are running rampant and carrying a is it the hepatitis B, I think, or something like that, or one of those diseases, and yeah, but
Yeah, that's right on them sea monkeys or seahorses. Ain't no male or female, or there is, but they screwed up on which one has the little one.
uh,
Ronald, how you been doing tonight? Do you remember the rockets that when you fill them up full of water, it had a pump on it, and you pumped them up, and them
yep,
down the things would go way the hell up in the air.
yep. And then I got into model rocketry with the actual like the little A, B, C engines, and yep, with the igniters. Those were fun.
You ever, when you was a kid, you ever make any match rockets? You take these
No.
big kitchen matches and
Yep.
lay a straight pin down beside the head, and then take a piece of tinfoil and twist around it and pull that straight pin out. And you could take hold the match under it. When that match went in off inside that match head went off inside that tinfoil, that little hole where that straight pin was at, act just like a rocket motor. Them things would go 30, 40 feet.
Hmm.
We would make them things and have fights with them.
I don't believe I ever did that.
You done that, Phil? It's one we didn't burn a damn house down when we were kids.
Uh, ah, 6-foot cardboard submarine, huh?
Now, if they sold half that stuff, they'd go to jail, wouldn't they? Oh, yeah. You take a piece of plastic pipe. Yeah, that's right. Uh, you ever you ever make a clothespin gun? You take and cut a little groove in a wood clothespin and take it apart and put it back together. You stick a match in that thing and you'd have it spring pulled out and you pull the trigger on it and it'd strike that match and shoot
No, I don't think I ever did that either.
it.
Hmm.
How about and don't give us a damn piece of pipe that's got a cap on the end of it. put them damn firecrackers in them things and drop marbles down inside the pipe. It shoot like a gun, man. Hello, Ariel.
Hey, Ariel.
They talk about all these vehicles they got now. When I was about oh, 11, 12 years old, my dad had a welding shop. They took and I got to thinking about it, and I wanted to make something that had a motor on it. And I took a motor, little 2.5 horse Briggs and Stratton, and mounted it on that bicycle of mine, and got my dad to take and took the front wheel off and got another wheel and welded them two wheels together on the front end. And we took a belt and used that outside wheel as a pulley. That day, it's one that we can kill ourselves on that thing. That thing run 35 or 40 miles an hour with that damn gas motor on that front wheel. The stopping was hell.
Wow, Janice. Ariel, sorry to hear you're having a hard time getting to sleep.
Well, after they come in here, well, maybe your nightmares are not as bad. But you know, when I was a kid, of course, I'm a lot older than you are, but hey, you made your own damn toys. You didn't. Mom and Daddy didn't go to the damn store and spend $500 in a game.
Yep. And we found enough stuff outside to entertain ourselves. Or somebody had a pile of lumber or something, scrap lumber or something, and we had all kinds of fun. Building everything from, little vehicle, tires, cars and whatnot, to tree forts and.
She pulled something off on top of her a while ago. Aaron scared her. She left. Oh, yeah, I made a million slingshots, Phil. They call them potato guns now, but you take that thing and you can make them a couple of ways. Take a piece of plastic pipe or tube in or whatever and put your cap on the back end of it and shove you a tennis ball or a potato down in that thing and shoot hairspray in the back end of it, and you'd have a spark plug on it. You just light that spark, touch that spark plug, and this damn thing shoot a tennis ball a long ways. We used to, like every kid that was 4 or 5 years old had a BB gun. And we used to have BB gun fights. Damn wonder any of us had any eyes left. Nobody
right?
Glasses or anything else, Everybody had a Red Ryder.
Yep.
I had 3 uncles that were older than me, and they worked in my grandpa's shop. And you remember the old BB guns that were pumped?
Yeah.
And, they were pretty stout. Well, they took one of them things apart and took a spring out of it and put a valve spring out of a car in it. And that damn thing would shoot like a 22 then. The only way I could cock it, I'd have to put it on the ground and get it and jump and cock it.
Wow.
And, Lord, I killed many a rattlesnake and cottonmouth and rats, and nothing wasn't safe.
Right there, yeah. Used to do the same. As far as, junk from neighbors and getting it running and.
Oh yeah, you get on a bicycle and leave in the morning and come back by dark. That was usually when the street lights come on. You had to be home.
Yep.
And every kid around had an inner tube that they could make a slingshot out of. That ain't what they call them back in them days, but I'll be politically correct. We had one old boy I'd run around with, could take one of them things, and it didn't make any difference. If you threw an acorn up in the air, he could hit it. You know, it didn't, he was just deadly with it. We'd take pellet rifles and 22s and go rabbit hunting at night, and he'd carry that slingshot. He killed as many rabbits as we did.
Hmm. How does I turn out, Phil? Caught a paper clip in the eye. His brother.
Yeah, I had one of them too, Phil. I've still got a couple old pellet rifles that were Benjamins, and you pump them up. And there's a 177 and a 22. Them things you shoot like a 22 rifle. Yeah, that's right. Bear, did you know that's still a pretty big deal? They got national tournaments on them things. You wouldn't believe what some of them slingshots look like, a wrist rocket. When you were growing up in Texas, they've got a grass they call spear grass, and when it makes a flower on the end, you'll pull it out, and it'll be about that long. And if you wet it on one end, it's just a needle sharp, and you throw it, and it'll stick in your skin. We was
Oh
messing around
wow.
one day, and my brother threw one at the back of my head, and I turned around and looked about that time, hit me right in the pupil of the eye. And, well, it's got a barb on it. We pulled it out, and he talked me into not telling mom and dad. The next morning, I woke up, and I had both eyes swelled shut. And
Ouch.
now, every time I go to the eye doctor, they say, "Man, we need to run some tests on your eyes. You got a spot." I said, "Yeah, I know. It's right in the pupil of my eye, and it's a damn scar. It's been there for 50 years, you know." Did you know Daisy just went out of business? They, I read the other day that they closed all their plants.
Hmm. Ron, I will be right back. I gotta go get another drink.
Do what?
I'll be right back. I gotta go get another drink.
Okay. Yeah, them things were deadly, Phil. Yeah. Yeah, all these little plants are they getting gobbled up. and somebody does something stupid, they want to sue the manufacturer, even if the manufacturer didn't make them do it. Yeah. John Deere's been a little goofy for a while. They're he must have some new people heading that thing up. You know, they tried to get a law passed that you couldn't work on a tractor. You had to bring it to their dealer. They didn't have to sell you parts for it. Yeah, that's right, Paul. I think one of the worst ones I ever pulled. I have one cousin that me and him could get in more damn trouble. And we were listening to the news, and they had an airplane crash, and we couldn't figure out why people ought to get killed in an airplane. You know, they ought to be able to just get close to the ground and jump out, and they'd be all right. Well, we thought we'd test our theory, so there was a tree in the backyard that was about, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches through. And we talked the kid into climbing up in that tree, and we cut that tree down. And he's supposed to jump out when he hit the ground. Well, he didn't jump right and broke his damn leg. We got in all kind of trouble over there for cutting the tree down and hurting that kid. I used to love to get my uncles and aunts together, and they get to telling old stories about when they were kids. And you learn a lot about your parents when you get a bunch of siblings together. You know, so like it ain't been that many years since a kid gets 16 years old and he's considered grown. He could get him, he liable to take a rifle, and if he's lucky enough to have a horse, take off and not come back for 2 or 3 years, you know, just see what was over the next hill. We were talking about Cracker Jacks the other night. There used to be a real prize, a little plastic car or something in Cracker Jack, and then they had a tube that had peanuts in it, and there'd be anything from a penny to a quarter inside that tube of peanuts, you know, and I'm sure they didn't even wash them; they just dropped them in there. One didn't kill all of them, but we were used to it. And every kid in the world run around barefooted all summer. Yeah, well, my kids, all three of them were good kids. And part of that was I'd already done every damn thing. Yes, by the time they thought about it, well, I was on their case. Hello, love. How you doing, gal? Oh, I'm good. I can't complain. One time I was hunting on a deer lease, and one of the guys would bring his three boys down there, and he was
Right.
progressive. He didn't believe in spanking kids and letting them go, and I just bought a new four wheeler. I got all over them kids one night for messing with that four wheeler. Dad didn't say nothing. I was surprised. They, I kept chewing on them. Anyway, we were going home that weekend. That boy of mine was sitting over in the passenger seat. He said, "Hey, Dad, was I that bad when I was 8 years old?" And I said, "Yeah, pretty much." He said, "Hell, I'd have killed me."
I'm back. Troy was upstairs cooking and it smelled good.
Do what?
I said I ended up having to go upstairs because Troy was cooking and it smelled good.
No.
He was making himself some sausage patties, and so I grabbed a couple fudgicles out of the freezer. Hey, loves you.
They, you get, when I was a kid, my grandfather had a small ranch, and I'd get up in the morning, eat breakfast, and grab that BB gun and take off. And they wouldn't see me till that night. When it got dark, I'd come back in. I could find enough pecans and wild plums and grapes and stuff like that to eat to, stay alive. Well, now people wouldn't let a kid do that on a bed. You know,
Yep. Times were different.
different world, and the kids
Yep.
miss so much. I mean, the the things I did when I was a kid like that served me well, like when I went to Vietnam. And most people, even then, it was getting to where it wasn't like that. I don't know. I feel sorry for some of these kids now. They don't know nothing but stay in a damn house and play video games. I got one nephew that they live out in the country a little bit and got a stock tank, and he's always hunting something or shooting that BB gun or he's down there fishing or something. But he's just one kid out of 1,000 that gets to do it. Oh yeah, you always have one or two of them in every community feel. Yeah.
Wow, Phil.
Oh, another favorite about then was to take a paper bag, fill it up full of crap, and light it and ring a doorbell and light the top of it and take off. Somebody come out there and go to stomping on it, trying to put the fire out. Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Uh,
I just bought a big package of popsicles today. You know
hmm,
what I'm talking about, don't you, Phil?
yeah, I would be going for the icy pops, but these the fudgicles were looking good as well. So
Hello, Troy.
hey, Troy, long time no see.
Oh yeah. I think the worst one I ever saw on a firecracker was they had these cherry bombs, and them damn things were stout. And somebody'd go in a public restroom and they'd burn underwater. Throw one of them things in a commode and they'd blow a damn commode plumb off the wall. That's
Yeah,
true.
Tommy. Sorry, I was gonna say Tommy. That is true, Tommy.
I had a conversation with my son here a while back. We were, now man and the wife both got to work, but some of them ages, yeah, she knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, there you go. So like when both parents had to start working, it changed the whole thing up. But me and
Yep,
that boy of mine were talking about it, and he said, it takes two people working. I said, no, wait a minute. I said, if you live like we lived when I was a kid, you'd have more damn money than you knew what to do with. Everybody didn't have an AC in the house, and everybody in the house, you had one car to a family.
true.
There wasn't no $500 video games. And I don't want to go live like that, but these kids now want to start where their parents quit, and their parents worked 20 years to get there, or 40.
Yep.
So it's just like the RVing. Basically, that's what that's about. You take somebody that lives in an RV can live on $1,000 a month, and if you live in a bricks and stick, you can't make it on $1,000 a month. They,
But rent, but if you rent, um, rent's outrageous right these days now, anyways. So
yeah, you
that
go.
would that makes up for the stuff you don't have to live comfortably. You got to pay it out in rent.
Yeah, here you go, Bear. And I gotta agree with you, and I'll tell you, this gonna sound sort of lopsided, but used to a man went to work, and when he got home, he was glad to see his wife and sit down and take it easy. His wife had been home all day by herself, and when the man came home, well, she was glad to see him, and it neither one of them got to be special, you know, and it takes that. You see people that have a date night that are married, they're pretty smart.
Yep.
They really are. Yeah, and in some places it's twice that. She devil.
price, that would get you maybe some places maybe more, but I know when I left New Hampshire, rent there, the average was around for a little 1 bedroom apartment was almost $1,000. So, and that didn't include anything. And so, yeah.
I can live off what my utility bills and taxes cost on my sticks and bricks, without easy. Solex, I think the first house I bought, I paid $8,000 for, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true, Troy.
Yep. Definitely true.
And I tell you something else that's killing this country big time right now is the damn college loan.
Mm.
They hammered in these kids that they need to go to college to be able to get a job, and then kids come out of college and they owe $100,000 or $200,000, and they 40, 50 years old time they get that paid off.
What gets me is these people that buy like these $1 million homes and or also have a summer home and whatnot, but they're never around because they're always working to pay the shit off.
Yeah, that's right.
You're not enjoying it.
It depends on where you're at, Diane. Yeah, that's right. I got back from Nam, and I had already bought into a business before I went. Well, I got back and I went to college for the first semester, and I was on the dean's list that first semester, and I quit. Well, the dean from it's a 2 year college, and that dean come down there and talked to my dad and talked to me and said, "Man, you got to come back up here." Said your grades are great and blah blah blah. Maybe we can get you a scholarship. I said, "Look, I'm making good money right now in this business, being a welder." And I said, if I go, you're going to take 5 years to get a 4 year degree usually. I said, even at 25 or 30,000 a year, I'm in the hole $125,000 when I get out of school. Plus, I'm not making good money like I was making for them 5 years. So really, I'm about $250,000 behind the eight ball, and I don't even have a damn job. And it just didn't make sense for me. But I had a trade, and that was good.
So I just looked and so it's about 80, so almost 83,000 per year at Harvard, and MIT is about 73,000 per year. So yeah.
Being a plumber might not be a bad deal. And I've got friends of mine that got all kinds of degrees and they can't find a damn job. You know, they're they're working at jobs they could have got when they first got out of high school. A lot of people did that, Paul. Yeah, and the trades now, if you don't mind working, they a lot of times they make a lot more money than a college graduate does. And there's some, and that depends on what you're going into. If you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer or something like that, you need the college. Like I told a young man here about 5 years ago, I said that college degree is good for one thing. It don't teach you how to really do anything, but it'll get you to where you can get your foot in the door to get hired. Then you either got to go down and go to work. Yeah, yeah, they will.
Uh,
And even if these doctors that work for like the big hospitals and stuff, they're on a contract, and if they don't generate so much money, they'll drop them and hire somebody else. You know,
right. Yeah.
at work sometimes, she devil, you get a taste of what the real world's like.
What is Janice saying about make more money per year? I missed that.
About the plumbers and
Oh, yes. Okay.
like,
Yeah.
well, insurance is the biggest damn scam in the world. Hell, they're selling air to you and hoping that you don't screw up. And just like liability insurance on these vehicles. You got the law passed that everybody had to have it, and said insurance was going to go down. I should damn sure haven't noticed any insurance is going down. Yeah, people don't want to get
Yep.
their hands dirty, Bear.
And what sucks about New Hampshire um, is you don't have to have insurance in New Hampshire on your vehicle,
So,
but all the states around require it. So you can't leave New Hampshire without insurance. Plus the fact that you, you people that are having insurance are paying a lot higher premiums because of the idiots that are driving around with no insurance. So, but it's the live free or die state.
well, that vehicle insurance is stupid. Now they want to insure every vehicle. You can't drive but one damn vehicle at a time. You ought to personally be insured,
I
not
agree. Yep.
not vehicle.
Yep.
And
I definitely agree with that. The person should be insured, not the vehicle.
that's right.
Because if you have like a motorcycle and a car and an RV, that's three insurances you're paying for. Why not just insure you, and then you could drive your motorcycle and you're insured. You can drive your car, you're insured. You can drive your RV, you're insured. But yep.
Oh, well, We're going on 2 hours. I guess we ought to shut this thing down.
All right. Well, thanks
Damn.
for having me up.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming up, Mike,
Not a
and
problem.
I appreciate everybody coming in.
So,
We'll probably do the same thing tomorrow.
alrighty. I'm not
Y'all
sure
have,
if I
y'all have
might
a good
start up a
night.
live. Alrighty. Have a good night, Ron. And everybody in chat, see you later.